From the tournament's opening round, Charlie Woods displayed a game that was sharp, controlled, and fearless. Each swing carried the effortless tempo reminiscent of his father's prime, yet bore his own distinct stamp of individuality. He strung together birdies with precision, remained patient through inevitable challenges, and finished with a commanding under-par performance. This wasn't a narrow victory, it was a statement. Winning by multiple strokes against a field packed with the nation's best young players sent one clear message: Charlie Woods isn't here to blend in, he's here to compete at the highest level. The impact was immediate. Overnight, his junior world ranking surged, placing him in consideration for the sport's most prestigious upcoming events. For any teenager, this would be career-defining. For Tiger Woods' son, it meant stepping into a spotlight that had been waiting since he first picked up a club. Tournament directors took notice. Invitations to elite championships began arriving. Fans started speculating about what might come next. Beyond the scores and trophies, the real story unfolded in the atmosphere itself, crowds following every hole, media lining up for interviews, and fellow competitors feeling the weight of his presence. In one weekend, Charlie didn't just win a title, he shifted the narrative. For years, the question had been whether he could emerge from his father's shadow. After this breakthrough performance, the golf world had its answer. The celebration had barely subsided when another voice entered the conversation. And it wasn't just any voice. It was Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear himself, a man who understands better than most what it means to dominate golf while living under relentless public scrutiny. While others celebrated, Nicklaus offered something different, a warning. His words came not from cynicism or doubt, but from a lifetime of experience with the game, the fame, and the weight that accompanies both. The road ahead is tough, Nicklaus cautioned. He wasn't talking solely about competition. He meant the invisible battles, the kind that can't be measured on a scorecard. For the child of a sporting icon, the journey is never just about skill. It's about enduring constant comparisons, impossible expectations, and a spotlight that never dims. These challenges, Nicklaus knows, can break even the most talented young athletes if they aren't properly prepared. Nicklaus's warning came from a deeply personal place. Decades earlier, his own son Gary was thrust into fame at just 16, featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated with the bold label, "The Next Nicklaus." Instead of launching a legendary career, that moment became a difficult turning point. The pressure, endless attention, and scrutiny of every swing became overwhelming. Gary eventually stepped away from competitive golf, proof that talent alone doesn't shield you from the weight of expectation. That's why Nicklaus views Charlie's moment as both inspiring and precarious. The victory demonstrates his potential. The attention reveals the challenge ahead. In today's era, where social media amplifies every highlight, mistake, and opinion, the intensity is magnified far beyond what Gary ever faced. Charlie's rise is undeniable, but so is the spotlight. Nicklaus's words serve as both caution and gift, a reminder that the path to greatness isn't walked with a golf club alone, but with resilience. In golf, pressure can be invisible, but for Charlie Woods, it's impossible to ignore. Every swing, every putt is watched, recorded, and compared to one of history's greatest players, his father. For most junior golfers, the gallery might include parents and a handful of friends. For Charlie, it's a wall of cameras, reporters, and fans, all waiting to see if he's the next Tiger. That expectation doesn't just follow him, it surrounds him. In the modern era, the spotlight burns hotter than ever. When Gary Nicklaus faced pressure in the 1980s, media cycles had natural pauses. There were breaks between tournaments, moments to breathe. Today, the coverage is relentless, fueled by social media feeds, viral clips, and instant commentary from millions of voices online. One brilliant shot can trend worldwide in minutes. One poor round can do the same. There's nowhere to hide and no opportunity to develop quietly in the shadows. Nicklaus himself acknowledges this is an entirely new battlefield. He's quick to praise Charlie's beautiful golf swing and poise under pressure, but he also questions whether the teenager can fully grasp the magnitude of what lies ahead. It's not just about hitting fairways, it's about navigating an environment where critics, comparisons, and expectations never rest. The mental game now extends far beyond the golf course. The irony is that Charlie's success fuels the very challenge he must overcome. The more he wins, the bigger the headlines. The bigger the headlines, the greater the scrutiny. It's a cycle that can inspire or exhaust, depending on how it's managed. For Charlie, mastering his craft will be only half the battle. The other half will be building the mental resilience to carry the Woods name without being crushed by it. In the eyes of those who've walked this path before, that might be the greatest test of all. For Tiger Woods, this isn't just about raising a champion, it's about raising his son. He knows better than anyone how unforgiving the golf world can be, how quickly praise turns to criticism, and how the game's demands can consume every aspect of life. That's why, even in the glow of Charlie's victory, Tiger's message has remained consistent. Let Charlie find his own way. Winning matters, but loving the game is essential. Tiger's role is a delicate balancing act. He's a mentor with unmatched experience, but also a father who understands the risks of pushing too hard, too soon. Rather than chasing every tournament, Tiger carefully selects where Charlie competes, weighing the challenge of each field against the benefits of rest and development. It's a strategy built not just for short-term victories, but for sustaining a career over the long haul. Shielding Charlie from unnecessary distractions is part of the plan. While the spotlight is impossible to escape entirely, Tiger works to control its intensity. Interviews are limited, media opportunities are selective, and the emphasis remains on preparation and improvement rather than publicity. For Tiger, protecting his son from burnout is as much a priority as helping him lower his scores. At the heart of it all is a shared understanding between father and son. They've walked fairways together since Charlie was old enough to grip a club, and they've faced pressure-packed moments as a team. But now, as Charlie steps into the competitive arena on his own, Tiger's role is shifting from leading every step to letting him take the lead. It's a transition filled with pride, caution, and hope that the lessons Tiger learned during his career's toughest moments will equip Charlie with the tools to write his own story. The victory is now in the record books, but for Charlie Woods, the real journey is just beginning. Every win opens doors, and this one has swung them wide. Invitations to prestigious junior tournaments are arriving, offering opportunities to compete against the world's best young players. Each event is a stepping stone, but also a spotlight, with every round either adding to his growing legacy or testing his ability to protect it. The opportunities ahead are as exciting as they are demanding. Selection for national junior teams, entry into elite amateur championships, and even early exposure to professional events are all within reach. But each new stage brings higher stakes, tougher opponents, and greater scrutiny. The margin for error grows smaller, and the mental game becomes as critical as the physical. Staying grounded will be the greatest challenge. Rising quickly is one thing, staying there is another. The combination of media pressure, public expectation, and personal ambition can push even the most talented athlete to their limits. Success at this level requires not just skill, but perspective, support, and the wisdom to know when to push forward and when to step back. Charlie Woods has announced his arrival with authority. The golf world is watching, legends are weighing in, and his father stands ready to guide him. What happens next will depend not just on how well he plays, but on how well he handles everything that comes with it. The club is in his hands, the stage is set, and the story is just beginning.